Can fish actually see fishing line? Or is that just something anglers say to explain tough days on the water? You'll hear it all the time. Some line is invisible, fish don't notice it, and line choice doesn't matter. But if that were completely true, fish behavior wouldn't change so dramatically between clear water and murky water, or between pressured lakes and untouched ones. So what's really going on? To understand this, you have to start with how fish see their world. Fish vision is built for detecting contrast and movement, not fine detail. Their eyes are excellent at spotting silhouettes, edges, and changes against a background, especially when light is limited or scattered. They are far less concerned with thin, motionless objects than we are. That's why fishing line often seems to disappear. In water with low visibility, light scatters before it ever reaches the fish and edges soften. Thin objects blend into the background. In low light, fish lose fine visual resolution altogether. In those conditions, line visibility simply isn't a dominant factor. But that doesn't mean fish can't see line at all. Line becomes noticeable when vision becomes the dominant sense. Clear water, bright overhead light, and a clean background all work together to increase contrast. A taut line angled through the water creates a straight, unnatural edge. Movement makes it even more noticeable. In those conditions, a fish doesn't need to recognize line as fishing line. It only needs to detect that something doesn't belong. This is where the myth starts to break down. Fish don't analyze objects the way humans do. They respond to inconsistencies, something moving differently than everything else. Something straight in a world that's mostly irregular. Something that changes angle or tension suddenly. Those cues are enough to trigger hesitation, even if the fish can't identify what it's seeing. If fish truly can't see line, why do pressured fish so often follow a lure closely, then turn away at the last moment? In clear water, fish often track a lure visually from a distance. As they close in, their field of view changes. The angle between lure, line, and light shifts. What was previously hidden can suddenly stand out. The fish detects it as something inconsistent and aborts the strike. A lot of line marketing focuses on visibility, but visibility only matters when vision is the dominant sense. In lower visibility, this rarely happens. Vision gives way to other senses. The lateral line becomes more important. Fish are detecting vibration and pressure instead of shape. In those situations, line visibility matters far less than movement, sound, and water displacement. This is why anglers experience such different results depending on conditions. It isn't that fish suddenly become smarter or dumber. It's that different sensory systems take over depending on the environment. When vision dominates, line can matter. When it doesn't, line fades into irrelevance. So the truth about line visibility sits between the extremes. Fish aren't blind to fishing line, and line isn't always visible. What fish notice is contrast, motion, and cues that fit their environment. Fishing pressure doesn't make fish see line better. It gives them more times to notice visual cues that don't belong. Worry about line most when fish can see well and have time to inspect. Worry about movement and presentation the rest of the time.